Welcome, Mykelti. Kelts, thanks for coming in, mate. It's always nice to see players come in at night and see the fans, mate. Good to have you here. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Nice to see everyone as well.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good night.
Hey, mate, you're a real fan favourite at the Richmond Footy Club. I know it was flattening when you hurt your calf a few weeks ago, but when you ran onto the ground, the crowd went up. You must feel that love from the Tiger fans.
Yeah, I definitely feel the love, and that's why I always want to give so much back, because I just get so much from you guys, and I'm always so grateful for the love I get from not only you and even my friends and family that always turn up just at the games and things like that. Whatever it is, AFL, VFL, they're always there. So yeah, I definitely remember that when I ran down to the square and you guys were all cheering on, and I couldn't help but crack a smile there, because I was just happy to be back, even if it was short-lived. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next time I get back on the gym.
So Kelts, how's the injury coming along?
Yeah, it's going all right. It's a bit tricky. I'm sort of realising that now, with it being my first soft tissue injury. But I'm quite confident I'll get back before the season's end. But yeah, I just got to be very cautious with certain things and things like that with the soft tissue, as you come to realise when you try to start running quick, and you don't quite have that same pep in your step as you used to. But yeah, I'll be all right. I'm in great hands, and I'll be back soon.
So 2 ACLs now, Kelts. First one at Richmond. But what did you take from your previous ACL that you took into your rehab this time?
I think what I took most out of my first ACL rehab was just the confidence.
Yeah.
The confidence is the biggest thing, really, when you're coming back from such a massive injury. So just being able to get through that one, because that was a massive slog. That was by myself, really. I was the only person that did it in the team then, and it being as well, it wasn't a full-time rehab for me. I still had to work and things like that. It was sort of like a side hustle trying to get back. But coming this time around, obviously having a big group of guys, unfortunately, but fortunately, just having that confidence to be able to know that, I'm going to come back bigger and stronger.
Great to hear. And your trip to Samoa, talking about the ACL group, and just talk us through that, and I guess how much of a thrill was it for you to go back home and also introduce the other ACL guys and the club to your Samoan heritage?
Yeah, it was such a special trip, and it's funny you say, back home, but it was the first time I've been there, but it really did feel like I was going back home. I sort of told some of the boys that I sort of knew what it would feel like, but I just didn't know what it would look like with my eyes, you know what I mean? But yeah, just to be able to experience that for the first time with the club that I love, with the friends that I love, it was just such a special trip, and yeah, I'm so grateful to all parties that was involved for making that happen. And I just know that all the boys, we all got so much out of it, and so did my family as well, and just creating that connection between the Richmond Footy Club and Samoa. I know that's going to develop over the next however long, 5-10 years, and hopefully soon, one day, there'll be another Mykelti Lefau playing for the Tigers.
So you'd never heard of Australian football, had you, when you were living in New Zealand?
No, not at all.
So then you've come. Who taught you the fundamentals of the game and kicking in particular? Because you're a really good kick.
The kicking took a long time, but honestly, it was just just all my coaches, really, from early days. I'll tell you now, the kid that first started playing footy wasn't supposed to be playing AFL right now, but I had so much love from. So yeah, I was pretty fortunate at the clubs that I was at and the friends that I got to play with growing up. They just poured so much into me, and I'm just a byproduct of all that love and support from them.
Kelts, you had a fair bit of time down at St Kilda City. Is that where you started your journey, Aussie Rules?
I started my Aussie Rules journey at Pakenham Lions. Yeah, right. So I think it was about under 15s or 16s. Back then, and yeah, the coach just said, look mate, you just go stand on the side with your friend that you're here with and just start kicking the ball to each other, while the boys were doing pre-season running. So that was really the start of it, and my kicks weren't anything under 20 metres probably. I was still kicking bombs up in the sky, just trying to catch it like that. And then, it honestly just started from there, and then we sort of just chipped away at it, and then now I'm here.
And did you kick 20 one day?
At the 25, wasn't it?
25?
Yeah, 25, but
25 goals.
I don't like when people just leave it there. There's a lot of context around it. It was the last game of the year. We were versing the bottom of the ladder, and the coach's instructions to the team was, we're going to make Kelty win the goal kicking, because I was behind like 11 goals or something. So that was the directive to everyone, and then their ruckman was like one of their best players. And then once I started kicking a few goals, they got him on me, which was very silly because our midfield just started getting clearance after clearance.
So how many opponents did you have that day?
I had 2.
Oh, only 2. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't even. Yeah, that's the context to it. It was obviously
It's without context.
Yeah.
Uza's spoken throughout the year about the forward half being our youngest line, and you're obviously part of that. And how's it been working with those young key forwards and being able to gel with them in such a short amount of time?
I think it's just been great, honestly. They're just such an impressive bunch of boys, and even from just the early days in pre-season, just being able to let them sort of come out of their shells and just let them be who they are. We've done that so well as a group, I think, and that's why you see them now. They're taking charge really with the opportunity that they've got. And just working on, I've obviously haven't been able to play many games with the young boys, but just the work they do behind the scenes, they're all so keen to learn, and they're here doing vision and things like that. They're the first ones in, and they're never afraid to ask questions, and it's just, it's so great to see them shine right now, and I'm looking forward to the years to come.
Mykelti, can you see the group growing? Because when you get a lot of young guys together, starting together, you form a really tight bond. Can you see that before your eyes developing over this year?
100%. And you could see it when the boys all walked in together on the first day after they got drafted. Like, they had already got that little bond there, and for us to be able to merge with our connection and things like that, it's just been so great. And I definitely, to answer your question, I definitely can see us growing even more.
Yeah.
Kelt, you thrive on the physical side of the game. Is that a byproduct of your rugby background?
I suppose it is a little bit of a byproduct. But the games are so similar in the way like rugby and footy, and the way that we just crash it in contact and things like that. It's just changing the dynamics of they're not running at you from the front. You're sort of side by side most of the time. So I caught up with some of the rugby union boys, the Pacifica team that are versing the Lions tonight, and just trying to explain that to them was it was pretty funny. And I was the smallest guy there, almost really. So so that's been a good change, sort of coming here and being the big guy.
Just on one of the young guys, Taj Houghton, we've seen come in over the last 2 weeks and debut. And what have you seen at training about some of the things he can do? Because obviously he seems like a bit of a freak athlete in the air and on the ground as well.
Yeah, he's a genuine freak, and we could see that even just doing our rehab, really, like the ACL rehab, just seeing the things that he could do then before his knee was fully healed at like 9, 10 months. You could see, like, man, this kid's going to be special, and just I love seeing it come out in the games. And like you said, his abilities are crazy, and I think the best thing about him, he's just got such a clear mind when he plays. And I remember when we were training, just preparing for the games, he was just never afraid to ask a question, always trying to connect, and that's why I knew, this kid's going to be great one day.
So, Kelt, you want a few audience questions now?
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, so these that was Uza's questions, right? The smart Alex over there. Look what we've got now. The Kelties. I don't need my glasses now, Mykelti, so this is good. Okay, this is anonymous, but who's anonymous? Can we? Is anonymous here? No.
I went up at the back there. I saw him.
There he is. Was the transition from VFL to AFL? How hard was that? How big a gap is it?
Yeah, it was a massive gap, and I love telling everyone just my GPS numbers, because obviously the last few games of VFL was sort of steady around 10, 11, and the graph was here, and then the first game of AFL it just jumped straight up. And that was a good, easy way for me to explain just that difference in speed and even just like we like to say, flick the switch. So just the way you have to react, that 1 second in AFL can sort of be too late.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest difference for me, and the intensity as well. If you go for 1 second, then you'll be in a bad position. So the jump's massive. But I feel like I've grown enough from last year and going into this year that I took a lot from last year's games preparing for this year. So
with a rugby background, it's probably more of a speed endurance game, but Aussie rules, you need to have a bigger tank. Was that something you had to develop as well?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely was something I had to develop, and it did take a long time, but I remember the first season here with the VFL program. That was when I really got I managed to get fit enough for this game. I never really quite got that tank from then, but I remember just doing the 2K. I think we did actually four 1K efforts.
Yeah.
they told us it was 3, and then they were like, "Oh, surprise, we're doing 4."
They love that.
Yeah, but I
love that.
remember after I did the run and then seeing my results, they were all quite similar, which was it was great, to see that and just to be able to build from that into that year, because the next year I got thrown in the midfield a little bit. And I wouldn't have been able to do that earlier in my playing career because, I didn't quite have the tank then. But, as my body comp has all changed now. Like, I've dropped a few kilos and, like, I was very top heavy after my first ACL because all I was doing was lifting weights in my upper body. But, it's just been great to sort of build on that and just have a better tank, because I wouldn't be able to play AFL if I didn't have that tank.
Awesome, mate. And where's Daniel Bentley? Brother, are you brothers, you guys?
Obviously, Matthew. It's Bentley and Bentley.
Manfred, you are exposable, mate. We know.
Expendable, that'd be.
Expendable.
I'm not going to expose myself.
Do you want to come back, JB?
JB's ready to come back.
Pina, do you want to come in?
Anyone.
Daniel Bentley, what is the one thing that makes AFL so much better than rugby?
So much better. That's a hard question, eh? I can't choose a sport. Like, I love both sports, but the one thing that did get me to stay in footy was just the mateship. Like, you have so many of your mates that you're playing with, and the slog that you go through together with pre-season. You just create such a great relationship, and even just the community as well. Like, I've always been a massive community guy, and like all my junior footy and like St Kilda City, and even when I was at Casey, we always had like great mates, and like I'm still very close friends with a lot of them now, and I know for a fact that the guys here and all the people here tonight as well will all be close friends in the future. So that's the one thing I love the most about footy is just the relationships that you can make with like absolutely anyone. So
well said.
Absolutely.
Spot on, Mykelti Lefau. Great to have him in tonight.
Thanks, Zeus.